Have you ever felt anxiety tightening its grip or negative thoughts taking over, even when there's no apparent reason, as if they just came out of nowhere? It's as if your body and mind go on high alert without warning, speed up for no reason, and you just can't find the off switch. What if I told you that 20% of your actions could solve 80% of that distress? And that you don't need to complicate things or seek out more information, just simple practices that actually work? In this video, I'm going to show you what those 20% are that really change the game. You'll understand how to calm your body and mind in a straightforward way. And you'll learn 3 simple practices that reorganize your nervous system so you can live with more clarity and peace. And you'll be surprised at how much your sense of fulfillment will grow when you put this into practice. In just a few weeks, the anxiety that once seemed inevitable starts to lose its grip, and you feel like you can breathe again. Before we start, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button now. It might seem like a small thing, but it helps this content reach more people who, just like you, are tired of trying to control their minds and still feel like something is missing. The algorithm understands that this message needs to travel, and you become part of this transformation by supporting it with a simple click. How many times have you found yourself living a seemingly normal day, with everything fine on the outside, and suddenly a wave of anxiety takes over? With no clear reason, your heart starts racing, and your mind begins to spiral with bad scenarios and thoughts. You look around and think, but everything is fine. Why am I feeling like this? This is the picture of a mind and body stuck on alert, even when there's no real threat. Anxiety doesn't need a reason. All it takes is a nervous system trained to overreact. It's like a fire alarm that goes off even with the steam from a kettle. The body gets used to overreacting, and that steals your peace. And what if anxiety wasn't a sign of weakness, but rather a nervous system trained to overreact, and one that can be retrained? That's the key. And the good news is, you don't need to become a brain expert or spend years studying spirituality to learn this adjustment. You just need consistency in a few areas. Most people try to solve anxiety with more information. They read books, take courses, look for theories. It's like trying to put out a fire by throwing gasoline on it. More content for a mind that's already overloaded. While you keep searching for more, your body remains stuck in the same cycle. The mind doesn't need more concepts. It needs experiences that show the system there's no danger. Think of a pressure cooker. When the valve is stuck, the heat builds up until it explodes. Anxiety is like that. It doesn't matter if the stove is on low or high heat. If the valve doesn't release, the pressure keeps building up. The practices I'm going to teach you work like valves. They release the built-up pressure, so your body can return to balance. It's like giving your brain a signal. It's okay. We don't need to run. We don't need to fight right now. Another example is a car with the handbrake on. You press the accelerator, the engine roars, but the car doesn't move. That constant effort without moving is what anxiety feels like. Wasted energy, internal wear and tear, without getting anywhere. When you learn to release the brake, the same car moves smoothly. The practices I'm going to show you are ways to release that invisible brake. What really matters? There are 5 simple points. The first is sleep. Without quality sleep, the body can't get out of alert mode. A bad night's sleep can multiply your anxiety the next day. The second is movement. By getting your heart and lungs pumping with exercise, you give your body a chance to burn off the excess adrenaline that's built up. The third is breathing. Long exhalations, longer than inhalations, activate the vagus nerve and send the message: we are safe. The fourth point is stimulants. Coffee, sugar, and excessive alcohol are fuel for anxiety. And the fifth, in some cases, medication is not a defeat. It's support to help reorganize the system. It's not about dependency. It's about giving the body the conditions to relearn. Just 2 of these points already bring change. But if you apply all 5, the impact can be transformative. Imagine replacing the unstable base of a house with a solid foundation. That's what you do when you get the 20% right. You create solid ground so that the rest of your life can flourish. A friend told me he felt anxious even on happy days. He would spend an afternoon in the park with his family, and suddenly, a wave would hit his chest. But why? Everything is fine, he thought. The truth is, his body didn't know how to relax because it was used to living on high alert. When he started brisk walking every day and practicing deep breathing before bed, in 3 weeks, he felt something new: silence. The body learned once again how to feel safe. This is possible for anyone. Another common story is of the person who lies down to sleep exhausted, But when the lights go out, the mind switches on. Thoughts, lists, fears start running like a never-ending movie. It's as if the body says, still, but still at war. When she learned to use vagal breathing and jot down a line before bed, that movie started to lose its power. The brain understood. I can switch off now. This shows that small practices can change entire nights. And what if, instead of waiting for anxiety to pass before living, you started living and let anxiety learn from you? That's the secret. Life doesn't have to wait for the absence of symptoms. Life happens alongside, and practice gradually brings transformation. Let's try one of these practices together now. Breathe with me. Inhale, counting to 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now exhale very slowly, counting to 6 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once more, please take a deep breath and inhale for a count of 4. Then slowly exhale for a count of 6. Let's do that again. Do you notice what precisely happens within your body and mind during this process? The heart slows down, the shoulders drop, the mind finds space. It's as if the body finally understands. The threat is over. Can I rest? This is proof that it works. You're already experiencing now what I promised to deliver. Now imagine bringing this into your routine. It's like learning to drive. At first it feels strange, but then your body does it on its own. The plan is simple. In the morning, when you wake up, 2 minutes of vagal breathing. In the middle of the day, 15 to 20 minutes of intense movement. At night, before going to bed, write down in a single line a moment that was complete in itself. It can be simple. The taste of a coffee, someone's smile, the sunlight. This note teaches your brain to register a sense of completeness. Imagine looking back after a month and realizing that bad days still happened, but you didn't get stuck in them. It's like going through a storm with an umbrella. The rain doesn't go away, but you keep moving forward. This is the cumulative effect of small practices. If you repeat this for 3 weeks, you'll be surprised at how much your sense of fulfillment grows. The body learns to break free from the automatic threat response. The mind learns not to believe every thought that arises. Anxiety loses ground and you start to feel a peace that doesn't depend on what happens outside. And this isn't just theory, it's physical, it's practice, it's direct experience. You don't have to wait for the storm to pass to learn how to dance. You can dance now, even with clouds overhead, because you already have the tools to create a space of fulfillment. That space grows with every repetition. Every breath cycle, every step of movement, every note you write at night is a stone on the path of rebuilding. You don't need a huge leap, but consistency. That's what changes the game. Think of a dark tunnel. When you're in the middle of it, it feels like there's no way out. The darkness swallows your vision, and every step echoes as if nothing will ever change. But if you keep walking, even without seeing, there comes a moment when a sliver of light appears ahead. That light is proof that the darkness was never infinite. It just seemed that way. Anxiety works like that. When you're in the middle of it, it feels like it will last forever. But with consistency and small practices, the way out starts to appear. And when the light appears, you realize that the whole path was leading you there. You just needed to keep walking. That's what these practices offer. Not the promise of a life without challenges, but the experience of crossing any tunnel, knowing that the exit is there. And when you make it through, you discover not only relief, but also strength, confidence, and clarity that were previously hidden. Anxiety loses its power when you understand that you don't need to fight against it. Just learn to walk lightly until the light appears again. And it always does. So subscribe now, leave a like, and share in the comments which practice you're going to try first. This not only strengthens your commitment, but it might be exactly the sign of hope that someone else needs to see today.